Evolution. Evolution is the gradual change in a species over a long period of time. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the sloth. So my main question was, how and why did the smaller sloths survive? Along with some side questions like what made them successful and how fit were they overall. Sloths were an interesting bunch with a lot of variety. Some were small and some rivaled elephants. First off, we're going to take a look at two families that were really close, and some of my favorites, the nothrotheriidae and the megatheriidae. The nothrotheriidae used their claws as defense against predators. In their family, there was one species called the thalassocynus, who evolved in shallow waters and became semi-aquatic. Then we have the megatheriidae. The megatheriidae were a terrifying bunch that stood from 12 to 17 feet tall and said to rival the African elephant. Not to mention the fact that they had giant claws like the nothrotheriidae, since they had a common ancestor. Now the reason they had such big claws is that they were extremely used to digging and climbing, not specifically the species I just listed, but other old sloth species that dug burrows and climbed cliffs. Now that we've looked at a few families of old sloths, let's talk about what happened to them and why sloths now are so small. Okay, so sloths as we know them today are fairly small, and nothing compared to the giant sloths that we just looked at. So why did the smallest sloths survive and the giant ones die? Giant sloths went extinct about 10,000 years ago, and humans arrived in America about 20,000 years ago. Scientists and researchers think that humans along with the Ice Age could have been the main reason why the giant sloths went extinct. Okay, so let's talk about the sloths that did survive the Ice Age. The sloths that did survive the Ice Age are the sloths we know today, the three-toed sloth and the two-toed sloth. As far as we know, the main reasons why they weren't as targeted is because they were smaller and either hidden from humans or spared by humans. And on top of that, they were tree-dwelling and ate leaves, so they didn't suffer as much from the Ice Age. A few cool things to note is that although they were pretty diverse and split from their ancestors, the sloths that we know today can actually swim and have a symbiotic relationship with algae. Two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths actually evolved convergently. They both adapted to their small metabolism and used their hooked claws and strong arms to their advantage, although they evolved completely separately and had no common ancestor. While three-toed sloths have a complete diet of leaves, two-toed sloths are capable of eating fruits, bird eggs, and leaves. Quick editor note, do not feed sloths any random leaves or fruits or whatever that you find, because you can't be sure that it's healthy for them, so yeah, I just had to put that in. Their suspended lifestyle also benefits them as it takes up less energy. So in conclusion, the small sloths survived through their adaptation of their surroundings and changing from ground to trees, as it was more beneficial in every way, and it made them the perfect adaptation of all their ancestors.